Hello everyone, welcome to the What's Cooking Show. I'm Chef Jason Hugay.
And I'm Crystal Landry, right here from Steamboat Warehouse.
And today we have a very special dish that we're going to cook for y'all today. This is going to be an elk chili, but with not a twist, I guess, but we're just going to elevate it a little bit, and we'll explain that when we come back.
Yep. So y'all join us back for more What's Cooking.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We are going to start our chili. Crystal's going to do our little stirring and cooking, I guess, today. So we got our fire on because we want to kind of make sure our grease is, oil. So today we're going to start with, it's olive oil, but it's actually like a cooking olive oil. It's less expensive than the extra virgin olive oil because it's the second press of the olives, so it's not as strong of olive flavor. But it's really called pumice oil, is what it's called. So it's what I use at home very often because it's not very high in cholesterol because it's not an animal fat.
There you go.
Okay. So we're just gonna get our little all hot. Mm-hmm. So while we're doing that, I'm gonna show y'all our beautiful, this is some ground elk meat, which we did take this elk meat and mix it with some ground pork, Boston butt. Normally, when I'm at my house, I actually do deer or wild hog chili. I use straight meat. Right. I don't really cut it. In this case, we're going to because it's already mixed together. So,
right. This is elk meat from a hunt that Jason went on.
Yes.
And killed.
This is actually meat, right? Correct. From basically my first elk I ever killed.
Right.
Which we will show y'all pictures of that as we go. So really, basically, everybody knows how to make a chili. This is normal process of a chili. We're just using elk meat. The only difference today is that we're gonna do it Joey Quibido style.
Yes.
And we're going to light it on fire. All right? So, to explain, let's explain that real quick of how we're gonna do that. So basically, we have these 3 different kind of peppers that is from our home. We have these beautiful cayenne peppers. This plant is really producing excellent. The little small peppers over to the next one would be the Tabasco peppers we actually got from Lowe's. Those are the same exact peppers that are used to make Tabasco hot sauce. Right. And then also on the end, we have our jalapeno pepper plants, which is just really starting to kind of blow up. So we actually have a couple of cayenne peppers that we took. The cayenne peppers, once they turn red, they're hotter. So when they turn red, I pulled them off, I put them on my windowsill, and they actually got so dry, like it was like paper. Last night I chopped them up. Basically, it looks a little bit like chili flakes, so just like some red pepper flakes, but we're using cayenne pepper flakes.
Right.
So that's gonna go in there right now. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Put it on the side. You're welcome. So let that go a little bit. We're gonna add some peppers later on. But while we're doing that, I'm going to
chop up my onion.
Chop an onion. So obviously, this is basic chili so far.
We've been growing these peppers not just for this show, but been waiting until they were red and ripe enough to make pepper flakes.
Yep.
And season our chili with them. So exciting.
We actually planted those in February.
Was it February?
Oh, yes. It sure was.
We didn't think they were going to make it.
Well, it took a little while to actually get going, but once it did,
yeah,
it was just, it's going.
Stoppable.
We also have homegrown cucumbers at the house that we just picked our first ones, and they were gorgeous. Very, very little seed in them, which I was surprised.
I have homegrown tomatoes too, but
they are being stolen at the moment.
My pet coon, the coon that's living outside, I think, is stealing our
Yes.
tomatoes. I caught him.
So, okay. Oh, this little flimsy
I'll take
spoon.
that. Thank
So
you.
let's talk about this pot real quick. This is one of my favorite pots that you can see the Ducks Unlimited emblem on it. I got this from last year's Ducks Unlimited banquet, which I always bring something home. This is a cast iron pot. The inside is white enamel. So as we spoke last show, when we did the skillets, the non-stick, you also don't want to use a metal spoon. This is a plastic spoon that Crystal came up with this morning. I don't know what.
It's not really a great spoon, but
Get what you pay for.
Jason forgot our spoon that you're supposed to
Okay, I
stir
forgot
this
one
pot.
thing out of all these
Yeah.
millions of ingredients.
So I had to make do with this.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, why don't you grab me some of those cayennes? Let's do this red one,
Absolutely.
and we can chop that. So really just, brown on our meat.
There
Let's
you
start
go.
seasoning.
You want a couple more?
Give me a couple of green ones. We're gonna chop this thing up. Now, one thing you want to remember
Right.
when handling hot peppers, always use a glove. And I'll tell you why. Short story. Years ago, Mr. Frankie had
Yeah.
got a hold of some fresh jalapeno peppers. And he said, look, man, take this little bag, well, take a bag, this whole bag of jalapeno peppers and cut them in half, dig the seeds out, and when you do that, throw it, put them all in the side, and we're gonna do something with it. So I did this whole bag, and without a glove, not thinking, and I had to call the emergency room, and my hand felt like it was like a neon
Throbbing.
something, and it was pain unimaginable. It's not like a burn, like from heat, but it was a burn, and it was unimaginable. I'll never do that again. So
So something I learned,
Always.
when you burn yourself with jalapeno peppers, that vinegar and water trick, just in case
warm
anybody.
water with vinegar in it, and it
Yes,
pulls the
in case
heat
that
out.
ever happens
It
to
still
y'all at
takes a while.
home.
It still hurts. So,
Still hurts.
all right, let's continue
Absolutely.
to ground our meat. We're gonna come back and
Take a
continue
little
to
break.
cook our chili.
All right, y'all
So-
join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking show. We have our elk meat browning pretty good right here. Jason has our onions chopped, some cayenne pepper.
Some cayenne peppers that we cut, the ones she had picked earlier. Now we're gonna do our onions. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic. Put as much garlic as you like, obviously.
Love garlic.
Let's put a little red pepper.
Yeah, a lot of red pepper.
All right, we're spicing it up tonight. or
Yeah.
Today,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what they all say.
I'm teaching you how to season food.
No. I've been to culinary school. They taught me over there.
Well,
All right.
all right. So you got our
This
bell
one side.
pepper.
Yep. Do this real quick. Keep it stirring.
All right. Trying.
All right. So at home, we would obviously not do this as fast, but show purposes, we're gonna just show you the process. 'Cause
Right.
We have a finished pot right here that we're gonna show you in a little bit. So normally we would put our vegetables in there and let that cook down. Some
Right.
seasonings, stuff like that. And then, let it, gonna add some of this stuff like here, like some rotel, a little rotel. Usually I would add this a good bit later, but for show purposes, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You wanna do it?
Thank you. Yeah, you can just hand it to me.
Yeah. So
Sounds
one
good.
can of rotel, we're gonna do about 3/4 of a can. I don't want too tomatoey.
No.
It's a 15-ounce can. We put about 3/4 of it. So I like to use chicken broth. If you're gonna buy that at the store, low sodium. I
Right.
usually make my own, but hey. So while we're doing that, these are little Tabasco peppers that we picked. Chop those up real quick, like.
Yes.
Now again, these will get hotter as they turn colors as well.
Right, they do get red.
Then we have our little jalapeno pepper. Pretty little thing.
Cute.
Almost don't want to eat them. All right. Oh, it's finger.
Yeah, don't cut yourself.
So again, pepper, pepper, pepper.
Right.
I think Joey would love this thing.
He'd be eating. You'd have to cut him a little piece to,
Yeah. I'd have to cut my own because if I let him cut it,
right, he'd eat half of it.
one jalapeno
Right.
to the pot to his mouth.
So.
All right. So for every chili, you're gonna want some chili powder. Dang it. Okay, it's a new bottle, so we're gonna have to open it.
Yeah.
I like a lot of chili powder.
Now, if you're doing this at home, you can put however much or
little
you like. You pretty much season it to taste how you like it.
Yes. Okay. Cumin.
Cumin.
Very important part. All right. Add whatever you like. Then we're going to get our stuff together. All right. So
Together?
what we're gonna do is let this cook. I like to cook my chilies for anywhere from 4 to 6
Couple
hours.
hours.
To me, the longer the better.
Right.
You'll put another little can, and actually, as the liquid reduces, you can add a little bit here and there. I like to put a lid on it, put it on low, and just let it go.
Simmer. Right.
So
while we letting it go, all of these ingredients that you see here can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly
Yes, ma'am.
and Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive.
right, and we're also
As always, Jason will tell you all the phone numbers.
okay 948-9427 and 948-8199.
Right.
We're also like to welcome one of our newest sponsors, Cindy's Almost Famous Roux, which can be found in the frozen section.
Frozen food
And
section.
thank you for becoming a sponsor of the show.
Right.
And we will probably feature some of those products pretty soon.
Absolutely. Can't wait to try it.
So, all right, so we cook this down for a little bit. So the only thing we need to do now is we have some tasting spoons. We're gonna taste it in a little bit. The only thing we have left to add, I like to add 1 can of kidney beans.
Love it.
I like to add it with the juice and all. And 1 can is good. This recipe is all based on about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of ground meat, of your choice.
Right.
You know, at home, if you don't have access to elk, you can use deer. Around here, a lot of people have deer meat. A lot of people around here have wild hog meat. You can choose whatever.
I mean, you
Whatever your
buy
preference
ground meat
is.
from the store.
Right, you buy it at the store.
You know.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
right.
You can use beef. You can use pork. Another one that we like to do at home, other than deer and wild hog, is axis deer. So
Ooh, yeah, that's
every
my
now and then we'll
favorite.
go to the ranch in Texas, and we will kill us a little axis doe. And
So good.
it's the most beautiful meat. It's closer to pork.
It does
to
look
me,
like pork.
if you ask me.
It's tender like pork.
Yes. So at home, after you got this going for 4 or 5 hours, I like to put these in within like the last 45 minutes to an hour.
Right.
So we're gonna add that.
Now you don't have to add beans.
If you don't like beans, correct.
If you don't like beans, we do. Let's see, I can maybe get some
I love
on
beans,
there for
but
you.
the way we like to make it at home is we like a good ratio, not too much beans, just a little bit of beans.
Right.
So I'd say maybe 70-30, chili to beans.
Yes.
I'll throw that away for you.
Thank you.
So when we come back, we're going to show you how to make one of my most favorite accompaniments to chili. It's going to be some crackling cornbread. I love this stuff, so stay
So
tuned and we'll show
good.
you how to make that to finish the dish.
Y'all join us back for more What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody, to the What's Cooking Show. We have our elk chili simmering in the pot. Jason is going to teach us how to make a crackling cornbread.
Okay, we're going to take our eggs. We got 3 eggs. Just going to crack them. So cornbread, if you've never made cornbread before, you want to, I got a little shell in there.
Trying to be fancy. I don't know if you're going to get it, boo.
I'm not being fancy. That's how I do it every day. Okay. When making cornbread, you want to separate your wet and dry ingredients. So just going to kind of lightly whip these eggs. Beat them, I mean. All the same. All right. We got some milk. Whole milk, that is. And butter. Melted butter. All right. Very simple. We're going to set that aside for a second.
Okay.
Now, dry ingredients. We got white flour. We're going to take some salt. We have some baking powder. We have sugar. Looks like a lot of sugar. That's what it calls for. And cornmeal. All right. Now, very important that you mix this very well before you start adding your wet.
Right.
All right. Mix that very good. So once you do this, you mix your wet and dry together. This is very similar to how we make our jalapeno hush puppies that we make here on occasion.
It's my favorite. I love hush puppies.
Fresh out the fryer, yeah, but
Yes.
not the frozen ones. Like, they got to be homemade.
No, I like the ones you make here.
Yeah.
So while Jason's doing that, once again, all of these ingredients can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly and Cash Saver, 8410 Highway 182 North and 1305 Heather Drive. Also, our cracklins that he's using are going to be from Bork's Supermarket. We kind of teamed up with them to make this and
Do a few other things also.
a few other things. Yeah, we did a little appetizer this weekend with their boudin stuffed egg roll and
Which I
their
love. Them things are so good.
pork cracklins. Yes.
Find them in their frozen
So
section.
good.
Drop them in the grease. And we also used or had a little steamed syrup for dipping.
Yes, yes.
So if you
Forgot
take their
about that.
egg rolls and dip it or drizzle a little bit of steamed syrup on it, it's just amazing. Get a crunchy egg roll with the boudin on the inside and that little sweetness.
Yes. So good.
All right. Now, simple as pie.
Check our little chili.
Put that in a little pan at your house. I'm gonna spray this with a little pan coating. Make sure it comes out. So what we normally do is 400 degrees for about 25 minutes. I actually like to cover mine because I don't like that brown color on the top. But teach his own if you like that at the house.
Right.
Do it however you like. So this is where we start. Then mix in our crackling grimace. This is what's at the bottom of the pan when they make cracklings, after they sell everything.
Right.
And a lot of places, if you go and ask them for it, they don't really mind letting you have it. Some places will charge you. But it makes the best cornbread because you have this recipe for this cornbread I love because it's sweet but not overly sweet.
Right.
Not knocking the Jiffy lovers out there, but Jiffy to me is a little too sweet. I prefer this one. It's sweet, but just a hint.
Right.
So you would put this in the oven, covered 400 degrees, 25 minutes. All right, so next thing, lift the lid,
I was going to check
show
it.
them. And so we got a full blast.
It is full blast.
Okay, now once it cooks down, it's gonna be a whole lot more beautiful than this. So take a look. This our new handy dandy spoon we got this morning.
It's the best.
So you want to
Anyway.
put sugar, and tell them what.
You do want to put a little sugar. Not a whole lot. You don't want your chili sweet, but you do want to put enough to cut the acidity that the tomato sauce has. Just put a little bit, let it cook, taste it, you know,
And while
kinda
you're doing that,
add it,
I'm gonna show
add
them
it to taste.
our finished cornbread we have. So we're gonna do. I'm going to cut us a little piece, a nice piece. It's the best cornbread I ever ate. All right, now we got some little crackling cornbread in there. Okay, so here's our finished product. Gonna need to borrow that spoon, sweetheart.
Handy dandy spoon.
If we
If
can
you
get
can
it in
scoop
there.
it.
All right, cut me a few of them jalapeno peppers because we're gonna make this finishing heat
You want
very good. Just one,
jalapeno or cayenne?
a cayenne, please.
You want the red one?
So, yes,
Red and green.
this is
Let's
how I
do
like to
both.
finish mine. A little bit of red onion.
If I can get it.
You know, if you like sour cream at home, you can also do that. I like a little raw red onion on mine.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so
You can do cornbread and chili.
we're gonna do a little bit of shredded cheddar. And since Joey would want this, we're gonna put a little
Yes.
pepper jack, clean our bowl up a little bit, little green onion. And to finish it off, we're gonna
Joey's favorite.
enjoy his favorite, but he would love this stuff right now.
Man.
Look at it's popping everywhere. It's so fresh.
He would love it.
Just like that. Like a Texas chili.
Yes.
Hot, hot, hot.
Hot. And probably not hot enough.
Right? I always use more heat, bro.
Absolutely.
More spice, that's what I meant to say. There you go. Just like that.
Final product.
Now, you can also, it's the chips I bought for today's show that Crystal got into late last night without me knowing.
You went to bed on me.
Yeah, I was
What
tired.
happens?
That's what happens when you're tired. Go figure.
So at home we do little Frito chili pie. Do
We like some scoops.
cornbread, scoops, yep, whatever you like.
So, there you have it.
Check it out.
So watch, let's do this. While we have a few seconds left. All right.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
crackling in there.
Beautiful.
And it's moist, it's not dry. It's delicious. Take a bite, take a piece. I'm gonna get the piece with the crackling in it. How about that?
Yes. Thanks.
Mmm.
All right.
Well,
Y'all join us back next week for more What's Cooking.